Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Wednesday the 11th of October and this is the first update I've done in a few days. My computer died, so I had to reset everything, all the applications, lost a ton of stuff I was working on. Very frustrating, very stressful, but we will continue as always to provide the best content that I can for you guys. Hopefully everyone, well, hopefully you can hear me okay. I can see that I can see that you can see me because I'm right there, but I don't have like feedback on the audio, and this is the first time I've actually done a video, even just as a test run, to see how the audio sounds. So yeah, let's see how it goes. So Bitcoin, first of all, okay, I wanted to start off by saying that I mean, the like equities and indices, S&P, Nasdaq, have just been on a mad run so far this week as we go into our CPI and PPI data today and tomorrow. So obviously we do have, I think, CPI today. Maybe it's the other one. I always get confused, but it's one of them. So I will be going live later on in order to trade that with you guys. But Bitcoin, yeah, just not really following, not doing anything, just very, very weak. So whilst the ES and whilst the Nasdaq, I mean, I can just quickly show you on here, has been ripping higher. This is on daily time frame, just like green on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, so far today, bullish. It has been the opposite for Bitcoin. Okay, down, 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 down. Now, we do find ourselves at an important level here. Okay, so this is the backtest of our monthly opens. So on the 1st of October, we had a massive pump up that came up and took the range highs. And then on the following day, we took the highs from that August drop that we had from all the way back here. Okay, and this is our first backtest of it. So it's not like bearish, but what I want to be seeing is, in order for me to be confident of any move higher here, I do want to see price continuing to close daily candles above value area high. Now, this is an area, okay, so you can say that roughly where we come into this high, like this here being like a low volume node, I think as long as you're above that 27,200, that would be a good tolerance. I would like to see it close back above that line, okay, because that is the value area high. But depending on where your exchange is, okay, this could be a little bit lower. And this is where we really start to see the volume at the top of this profile, okay, so the range that we're currently in. Now, if we are to start to close back down here, okay, let's say we close around that monthly open, that would lead me to much lower targets, okay, down towards the point of control and down towards 25,600, which I think is the most likely area that this would end up if we are to see this as being a rejection. And then we're basically looking down towards these lows and a big gap that we have down here. So if we go down onto the 4-hour time frame, it's a little bit clearer. Okay, you can see this big area of imbalance that we've got from the initial move up. That is lining up really nicely around that value area low. So it's that 25,600 to 25,400, which would be the main area that I myself would be looking at. Now, if we just look at what we've had so far, decent reaction off of the monthly open. Okay, we've taken out the lows from, well, basically this whole move. So if we're going into a more local range here, then we can start to look at this as being, well, this is the month, all right? This is our local range, this is the month. And our value area low for this is also the value area high of the bigger range. So you start to stack these up. You can see where we had that rejection off of it initially. We then reclaimed. We've been holding this range above. Now, are we going to be seeing this as a deviation? So basically this being the main range value area. Then what you have is deviation above there. And then what would happen after that is expansion to the downside to come and take out the lows. So that is something to be aware of. And that is why I do want to be seeing candles back above that 27,300 in order to remain bullish, which would confirm that this isn't necessarily a deviation. This is just a back test. And maybe this is the deviation. Okay, so if you're looking at little range, maybe this is the deviation, okay? We're spending some time outside of here. And whereas we've got the bigger option of range, deviation, expansion down, we also have the possibility that this here could be a range, deviation, and then expansion up. So depending on, well, basically where price action goes from here is going to help to give us that bias for the next few days. Now going down here onto the much lower time frames, just as I was looking at this, we were hovering around the VWAP. I would imagine that we have just reclaimed that and we are moving back up again. Yep. So VWAP is something to be aware of. Okay, this morning we had that move up to take out local highs. You lose daily open, lose VWAP, and you get that drop down into the next area of interest, which was the monthly open. And at this stage, we're just starting to climb back up here. So I guess what we can be looking for so far today is local golden pocket, okay, or even the EQ of our current day, which takes us into these single prints here. So if we're looking at the 30-minute time frame, we can see that we're in those single prints, but also we do have this high over here, and we're now starting to search into that. So for myself, I think the most obvious place that this is probably likely to go. Now, little 5-minute order block lining up with basically golden pocket, 786, 702 up here, and then we could be looking for a move back down into the VWAP after that. If we're looking at our session volume profile for today, point of control obviously is going to be down at the bottom because we spent most of the day down there. But this is a fairly decent bounce that we're seeing so far. Our previous day levels, so previous day low, is lining up within this area. So this being local resistance. You can basically draw that all the way up to our daily open. So you've got golden pocket, little order block filling in these imbalances, previous day low, etc. Anything else? There's not too much on here. Market structure is down. So, like I say, unless you reclaim these levels and start to break that, then further downside is a little bit more likely. Divergence, there was some at the top up here. Market sessions, we're still in London, so we don't really know what's going to happen for the rest of London yet. But that is pretty much everything important on the chart. Something else just to take note of, if we go back onto the daily, okay, and let's just throw on the moving averages. Okay, we can see that we do have this confluence here with the 250. So we had that death cross that took us down into the POC. We got the pump afterwards. And once again, this being now holding, I guess, as support, potentially, that 50 and that 200 after the golden cross, death cross, and then like 5 days later, golden cross. Both moving averages starting to turn back up again. Now, I do believe if I switch this to let's say a 100, I think the 100 EMA, no, it's not. Okay, within the same area. Okay, so 50, 200, 100, all within a similar zone here on the chart. So from the higher time frames, that is something to be paying attention to, and something to be aware of. But on that note, I'm going to wrap it up here. It looks like the ES is getting a nice little move up once again, and the Nasdaq as well. So we'll see if Bitcoin can follow through with that strength. But yeah, we're coming into what I would consider as local resistance and the major level that we need to reclaim. So the next few hours is going to be kind of interesting, especially as we've got some big economic data coming out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great day. And well, I'll catch you in the live stream. So I will see you in a couple of hours' time for the live stream at 1 p.m. UK time, midday UTC, 8 a.m. Eastern, something along those lines. So yeah, see you then. Cheers. Bye-bye.